Right, welcome everybody joining us live right now, wherever you may be. I am excited to always come live to you with exciting, powerful conversations that can really inspire you and also move you into action. I love to bring authors that are doing great things, sharing their stories, writing their books, and just hearing from the author's mouth what their book is all about. So today I've got a special guest with us here live that I'm going to introduce in a moment. Okay, and I'm so excited about her work and a book which we're going to talk about in just a minute. So please share this live. Tell somebody that we are live right now. And if you feel a call to write a book, to publish a book, we are here to help you. We've helped multiple authors at Opulent Books to get their books out. Just go to opulentbooks.net, schedule a an appointment with us, a free consultation, and we can help you get your book out. So without taking too much time, I'm so excited today to introduce author Angel Ifeoma Uba. Good to see you, my sister, today. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. Thank you so much for having me.
Good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And my goodness, it's been an amazing journey going through the writing of your book and the publishing thereof. And we are all excited to introduce to you guys this amazing new book, My Deeper Truth, a woman's journey through pain, betrayal, and rejection to find truth, healing, and restoration. And we have the author right here in front of us, Sister Angel. So what is this all about? Congratulations, by the way. Congratulations for being a first-time author. My Deeper Truth, what is this all about?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Pastor Joe. And thank you for all the work you and your team have done to bring this dream into a reality. I sincerely appreciate your support. My Deeper Truth is a story about my journey in life. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, I've had a lot of experiences, ugly experiences throughout my childhood up till this moment. And along the line, I had a spiritual awakening. Uh, I almost lost myself in the process, and I was urged. I received some nudges to tell my story. Because through this process, I'll be able to heal all the traumas, all the inner wounds that I've sustained throughout the journey in life. So this is what my departure is all about. It's about me sharing my story to enable those who are going through the same process in life to heal, to be able to know, to understand that they are not alone in their journey. And at the end of the day, they can come out strong and healthy. That's what the book is all about.
Wow, amazing, amazing. This is an amazing book. And you know, I've read your book. It's a riveting read. At the same time, it's an inspiring read, and also very, very honest. It's a very honest book, very honest, very transparent. What caused you to be so transparent and honest in your delivery? Many people, you know, they're not very honest about their stories and things like that. Why did you choose to be vulnerable and so raw and honest, which is refreshing, I should say?
Well, Dr. Joe, um, I once had a near-death experience in my life. When I gave birth to my twin boys, I had an experience of a lifetime, an experience that changed my life. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know it was called a near-death experience. I died. I was pronounced dead at the hospital. My soul, my spirit left my body. I left the premises. I saw myself. I saw time and space collapse right in front of my eyes. I saw my life flashed in front of my eyes. So I left my body. I went on a journey. I encountered pains I never knew existed. I saw myself in the cosmos and with the stars up there. I don't know. It's coming in my next book about my spiritual awakening. I'm going to, give the details of my experience. So this encounter really changed my life. Ever since then, I've never been the same. Because when I came back and realized my family, they were planning on how to take my corpse home, how to prepare for my burial and everything. I've never touched my kids. I just gave birth to my babies. And 5 days after that, I died. I left my babies at the hospital. I've never breastfed them for 1 day. I've never carried them. And then my mother had the same experience when her mom gave birth to her. 6 days after giving birth to her mom passed away. My mother was never breastfed. She was never nurtured by her birth mother. So my children were faced with the same fate after I gave birth to them. But God said it wasn't time for me to go. I had to go back and be with my children. And for years, I kept researching based on what I saw, what I was told, everything I saw. I've been on research, reading, watching ancient movies, ancient aliens, different things, because I knew that we were not alone here. I knew there was more to life. There was more to what we have and what we see here. So I've been on a hunt, on a search to know more about life. Then came my spiritual awakening, where I was meant to release and purge and share my life experience. I've always known I had a huge calling upon my life. I've always known that right from when I was little. And during my spiritual awakening, I was able to realize that the reason why I went through all that I went through in life was in order to awaken to my true calling. I realized that everything that has happened in my life was for a purpose. Everyone that God brought in my way, they were all placed there for a purpose. They all had a mission to awaken me, to shape me up. Yeah, so that was basically it. So writing this book revealed a lot to me, made me realize that everything that happened was meant to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me to get to the stage I am in life now.
Wow. That's powerful. That's so powerful. And the reason why I say that is because when we go in, when we read your book, you've been through it all. You've really been through it all. From abuse to everything that you went through. But make this make sense. It's a question that most people that go through what they go through try to figure out. And you've just mentioned something, that there's always purpose for the problems that you go through in life. Can you just say something to somebody that is listening right now? Maybe they're going through, a divorce. They're going through a real painful thing in their life. They're going through something, and they cannot make sense of their current problems. How would you speak to a person in going through something right now? I know your book does that, but what would you say if you were to have a conversation with somebody going through the most trauma in this very moment?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Dr. Joe. Um, the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life was to write this book. Because I never realized I went through all that until I began to write the book.
Oh, wow.
And the memories.
You didn't know the severity
I
of
didn't
what you
know
went
the
through.
severity of that until I began to write.
Yeah, until you listed the things, the
Yeah,
story.
exactly, Pastor Joe.
And even then, you didn't write everything.
I didn't write everything. This is me turning it down. I toned the story down because it was too much. I just had to write a little bit of it. A lot was left out of the book. A lot was left out. What I went through. You know, it got to a point in my life when I go to bed every night, I will cry and I will say to God, why me? Why do I have to go through all this? Why do I have to? Things that normal people will just get on a platter of gold, I have to struggle. I have to fight to get it. I had to fight to get my marriage. I had to fight to get my children. I had to fight to get my degrees. I had to struggle in life so much, so hard to get anything I wanted. It was horrible. I had to cry myself to sleep every night before the awakening began, before I began to realize that it was all for a purpose. It was all for a purpose. You know, when we go through some things in life, we don't know the reason why. But from my journey, I have realized that nothing is a coincidence in life. Everything we go through, every person we come across in life, there is a purpose for it. There's a purpose for it. Every single person that God placed in our life, our marriages, our children, our friends, our relatives, they all come to play a role in our life. When you read my book, it looks like a movie. All the characters, it's like a cast. All the characters in my book, it's like they came to play a particular role. And then when it's time for them to leave, they leave. So it's like we're playing a game. I mean, like some people say that life is a matrix. It could be a matrix because when the video came, because when you read my book, it's like a video. When I read it, when
It's
I'm
like a
reading,
movie.
it's like a
It's
movie.
like a.
It's like a,
I
it's
recommend it to be a Netflix. It must be a Netflix
like an
special or something.
exactly, it's like an actual movie. Then you wonder, did I really go through this? Is this me? But then, yes, it is. And when these things are going on, you will be crying your eyes out. But at the end of the day, the purpose is for you to learn a lesson and move on with the lesson to the next stage of the game. Because whatever lesson you've
I
learned
like it.
from that relationship or
You are stronger to
encounter, it
meet the
will make
next
you stronger
challenge.
to the next challenge that is coming.
Wow. That's so
And,
good.
and the fantastic thing about it is that you must exit the game when it's time for you to exit.
Ah.
If
Whoa.
you do not exit the game, the spirit, the God will remove you from that person's life or remove the person from your life. You know, so that is why sometimes in life when people cry over a relationship, over a breakup in relationship, it the game has come to an end. That relationship has come to an end. You have to move on to the next stage. You don't have to remain there because it might cost you your life. So in life, everything we come against is for a purpose. It's here to shape us. It's here to reform us for another stage in life. So anyone that is going through any trouble moments at this period is not come to hurt you. It's not come to kill you. No problem. God cannot give us something that is bigger than us.
He
Any
gives us
problem,
stuff that we can handle.
yes, He gives us things He knows that we can handle. It might take a little bit of time for us to come to the realization that this is meant to happen and we have to overcome it. So I just want to advise anyone who is going through trouble relationship, any problem in marriage, hold on tight because there is definitely a light at the end of that problem.
Amazing. That's so
Yeah.
good. And here's the beautiful thing: you don't look like what you've been through. You know, when when we look at you, we don't see the pain, we don't see the rejection, we don't see all of the things that you've been through, which is a testament to really what you're talking about. That whatever God gives you is strength for you to handle that next level. Amazing words. Amazing words. So I want to welcome those that are joining us live right now. Welcome, everybody. We are having a powerful conversation with the author of My Deeper Truth, which is one of the latest books from the opulent book stable. My Deeper Truth from Sister Angel Ifeoma Uba. Amazing book that is loaded with, it's a life story really, but it's a life story with many lessons and many things that every person that is reading this book can benefit from. So if you're watching us right now, I want you to type congratulations, type a big congratulations in the comments for this amazing author. And I want you to go to Amazon, grab a copy. Amazon, the book is available on Amazon right now and other platforms. Go look for My Deeper Truth, grab a copy, grab 2 copies, gift one to somebody. If you know somebody that is going through the most, somebody going through relationship issues, family betrayal, different types of things, they need to read this book. It will really, really change your life. So let me ask you this, Sister Angel, in terms of your vision around your book and sharing your story. You mentioned that writing the book was one of the most difficult things that you've ever done. What then made you overcome that, call it a fear or that anxiety around that? Because there are many people out there with amazing testimony stories, things to share, messages, but are stuck in fear. How did you actually overcome that?
Thank you so much again, Dr. Joe. Thanks for the compliments about the way I look. Yeah, I get that from people a lot. Yeah, but that's one thing about life. Many people walk about in clothing, nice makeup, meanwhile they're broken all over inside. You know, people try to wear masks every
Mm-hmm.
day, hide their real self within, you know, going about with fake life, trying to seeking for external validation from people. Meanwhile, they're all broken inside.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes the grace of God for one to be able to reveal and undergo an ego death, overcome pride, overcome shame. It takes the grace of God. We
Wow.
cannot do
Mm.
it by ourselves. Um, there was something I didn't tell you during the course of writing this book, Dr. Jude. I'm about to reveal now. When I left my marriage, because it was quite difficult for me to cope during my spiritual awakening, being in a nagging, quarrelsome relationship, it was lowering my vibration. It wasn't letting my spiritual gifts to unveil properly. So I received a spiritual guidance to leave the marriage
Mm-hmm.
alive. So I had to go. When I left my marriage, I thought that was it. I was happy. I have to start all over. I just renovated my business, my shop. I went into my business to focus on my business and my children. And then the real awakening came again.
Mm-hmm.
I was told to leave my shop. I had to leave my business too in order to write this book.
Whoa.
I was forced out of my business. I had to go into isolation in order to write this. It was the most difficult thing I had to do. I said,
Wow.
no, I'm not
So
going to.
was it to give you, would you say you got the time, more time to be able to sit down and focus on doing that? Or was it just the process of getting all the stuff out?
I didn't know what I was meant to do. When the Spirit was leading me, when God was leading me, to leave everything. I don't know my purpose. I didn't know what it was all about. So I needed to be in isolation in order to know what my purpose was, to know
Hmm.
what I was meant to do. Because I kept asking, what next, God? What next do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do next? You asked me to leave my marriage, now I'm out. You asked me to leave my business, I'm here, just looking at the ceiling every day. What am I supposed to do? I kept crying, praying to God, because I don't know what my life was turning into. I thought I was crazy. I couldn't tell my children that I left my business because I was spiritually led to. I couldn't tell anyone because people would think I'm crazy. I
Hmm.
myself, I thought I was crazy. For months, I was paying for my shop was locked. I was paying for the rent without doing business in the shop. I was working from home because I'm a baker. I have a bakery. People will come to the house and pick up their order and go home. And I'll go back to my bedroom in total isolation, just praying to God, seeking for the face of the Lord to know what my purpose was. And then I began to realize I've had so much trauma coming from a dysfunctional family. The trouble, the trauma, they all started the moment I was born. So I had a lot hidden within me. I cannot move forward unless I touch, unless I release this trauma. So at the course of asking questions, looking for answers, the downloads started coming. Everything I've been through started flashing before my eyes. Sometimes I'll have dreams of these things in the past. All the answers started coming. He said to me, you have to write, speak up. I didn't have my laptop was broken. The charger was not good. Magically, which I'm going to share in my next book about my spiritual awakening, I was delivered a laptop. I didn't buy the laptop. I didn't pay for it. It just came to my door.
Wow.
Yeah, is a story I'm going to share in my next.
That's amazing.
And then I dumped the laptop by the corner. I didn't touch it. And then at night, the spirit redirecting me to the laptop. Oh, Pastor Joe is amazing. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, you have a lot of
I have a lot.
a lot of
So
stories.
carried. I can't even tell people. Sometimes I'm afraid to share my stories because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want people to see me as being crazy or so.
Mm-hmm.
Then one day I woke up and I picked up the laptop. I said, what? Now what? And then I started typing. And I had to release everything. If I tried to hide some, the Spirit of God wouldn't let me to keep pushing me, putting my attention to that. My story is not going to be complete until I release everything.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that was how I went ahead and started sharing. I became brave. And here we are today.
Wow. That's amazing. You know, many people struggle actually. We've worked with many authors, of course, and one of the biggest challenges that I find with most authors is their unwillingness to be honest about everything and just share everything. You know, because perhaps maybe they're still going through healing. They're still not totally healed in some areas. People have different reasons. You know, some people are scared. What will other people say? Whatever. But I love the vulnerability because actually, you know, one thing that unites mankind and humanity is the pain that we all go through. That's one thing that humbles every person. Every person, it doesn't matter whether you're president, king, you're wealthy, you're poor, we are all humbled and united by suffering, by human suffering and pain.
Yeah.
So the suffering may be in different shapes or forms. So whatever your story is, somebody relates. Nothing new under the sun. Somebody will read your book and they'll be like, wow, this is exactly the same thing that I went through. But how
Exactly.
can they get to that point unless you actually share those
Exactly.
wounds?
Exactly.
And then it brings healing and prevention to some as well. So I want to honor you for doing that and
Thank
for just being a vessel of truth. And that's the name of the book, isn't it? My Deeper Truth.
you. Just like what you said, a few people that have read the book, they contacted me and they were sharing their stories with me as well. Because you see, many people have the stories to share, but they're afraid to speak out. You know, they're afraid, they're ashamed. But some people that have read the book have contacted me and they started sharing their own stories with me. They began to heal, they began to realize that they're not in the journey alone. They began to realize that there are so many other people on the same journey as them. So, and that's the purpose of this book. It's going to help people to pour out their hearts, to talk to people, to speak about their traumas, to speak about what they've been through in life, to know that there are many other people facing worse situations than theirs. Yeah, so you're right. You're absolutely right.
That's good. Well, that's amazing. And I think honesty is always the best policy. You know, in anything, if you're honest about your life story, it just attracts the right people that you can help and serve with your story, which is absolutely amazing. So, in terms of let's just talk briefly about your journey, the actual writing journey, and how did you find that process, and how long was that period? Maybe from the time of maybe share from even the time of inception, just thinking about it, and where you felt like you had to write the book.
Yeah, when I began to receive the inspiration to write a book, um, um, it was let me say about last year. It's been a few months now. Let's say about 10 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it wasn't easy from the time of processing it and the time of writing it down. Let me start with this. Sometimes I would write a page and I'll push my laptop away for a whole week. I wouldn't touch it just because of the trauma I was going through. I would write a page, I would suspend the whole thing. I'll be so troubled that I wouldn't want to go back and think about that anymore. So writing this book wouldn't have lasted a month ordinarily for me. But it took about from processing it and to putting it down, about let's say 8 months. Now it took about 8 months. Yeah. And that is because it was so hard for me to write. But during the process of writing was my process of healing.
Oh yeah, wow.
To feel in love.
So let me just hold on a minute. That's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I hope somebody heard that. The writing of the book actually also became part of her healing process, which is so amazing. Just to document and write these things down. And there's somebody listening to us right now. You've got a book locked down within you. You've got a story, but maybe your healing isn't fully complete. I hope you can hear what Sister Angel is saying. When she began to write a book, healing also came to her. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly. And then when I was done writing, or rather during the process of reading, I was contemplating, how will my children feel about this? Because they didn't know I went through this. I've never shared my experience with them. I only shared one, which was what triggered the book. I only shared one experience I had as a child with my daughters. And my daughter said to me, one of my daughters said to me, Mom, wow, you were abused as a child. You're a victim of an abuse. You really need to share your story. It was like God sent her to speak to me because I've been contemplating, I've been battling all along about this. And she said that to me, Mom, you really need to share your story with the world. So this was when I realized that all the signs, synchronicity, the nudges I was getting was real. God is now speaking through my own children that I should write my story. But the boys, they were away in boarding school. They were not home. So they didn't know anything about this. My biggest problem then was how to publish the book. So I had to wait, how to speak to them, how to talk to them about my experiences, about what is, including their birth, the circumstances surrounding their birth. I was worried about that. But thanks to you, Dr. Joe, you contributed a bit. You said to me, why not let them review the book for you?
Then they can learn and
So they can learn the lesson
and find
themselves.
things from the book.
Why not let them review the book? Through that means they'll be able to learn the things you're finding difficult to speak to
And
them
give you feedback as well.
and give me feedback. So that was so helpful. That helped a lot. But I had to wait because their A-levels exams were coming up. So I had to wait for 3 months, another 3 months for them to finish their exams and then read the book because I didn't want to interrupt their exam. I wouldn't want anything to trouble them during the exam. So I had to wait for them to finish the exams and then they read the book. I was waiting patiently for the feedback because I didn't know what it was going to be. And luckily for me, I never knew they were so understanding. I mean, I never knew they've grown so matured and so understanding. And they came to me and said, Mom, wow, we didn't know you went through this. And we appreciate your bravery for writing this. I mean, it's amazing. You can go ahead and publish your book if this is what you really want to do, and we'll support you. You know, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing for them to read the book first and give me their feedback
That's so good.
without any shame, without any pride. They said, "Go ahead, Mom, and publish your book. We'll support you." So it took me a while, something that would have taken a short period of time, but considering the circumstances and everything, it took me a while to get here today. So
Wow.
thanks to you and your team as well. You've done a great job in bringing this dream alive. I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Congratulations again. And it was a pleasure to work with you. It was just easy going and smooth. And it was a real partnership that I really enjoyed. You're also just getting to learn your story and help you get your story out there as well. So we're excited. And what would you say about Opulent Books? And would you recommend us to other people that are out there wanting to get their books out?
Definitely, you know that, Dr. Joe. 5 stars, 5 stars reviews. Definitely. I mean, your team was so patient with me, several reviews I had to review. I mean, you gave me several opportunities to review, to correct and come back. I mean, it was amazing. It was calming, it was stress-free. I took my time to work with you guys, and I would definitely recommend you to
Thank you.
anyone who wants to write or publish anything. Thank you so much.
That's good. Amazing. So, of course, I heard you talking about that you're already kind of thinking about something down the line. We're looking forward to that. What else can we expect from you?
Yeah, my spiritual awakening is huge. That's the deal. Like I told you, as a child, I've always known I had a calling upon my life. I've had a lot of experiences. I have abilities. I have psychic abilities. I have a whole lot of spiritual gifts. I've seen a lot. I've had a loss. I've been to places. So I'm writing. They're coming on my next book. This first book is just about my introduction of who I am, about my life, what I've been through, and of course, anyone that has gone through what I've been through, should expect to have a huge responsibility upon their shoulders, because these things don't come without a cost.
Mm-hmm.
They don't come without a cost. I've been through it. I've seen it all. I'm working towards my mission in life. My new book is going to explain what messages I've received, what I've been told, what I've heard. It's going to help a lot of people. It's going to make people believe in God. It's going to make people believe in God. A lot of people believe that death is the end, that once we die, that is it. Yeah, but that's not true. Death is just a part of the journey. There is something beyond us. We have a supreme being, something up there that watches over us. My next book is going to make people believe that truly that God really exists. So I decided to separate both so that my spiritual awakening doesn't have anything to do with my life history. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but in the nearest future is coming out soon, very soon.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of that. So, of course, I believe you can contact and be in touch if you want to be in touch with what Sister Angel is doing, you can find My Deeper Truth on Facebook, and you can connect that way. I believe there's a WhatsApp connection there as well. The details are there. And of course, more importantly, we want you to get the book. All right, so I want you, wherever you are right now, get onto Amazon, get your copy of My Deeper Truth. This is a book that will certainly change your life, change your perspective, and open your mind up to the possibilities of what God has for you in this moment. Again, a big congratulations, and thank you for taking time to have this conversation with me today.
Thank you so much, Pastor Joe. Thank you for having me. I sincerely appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And if you're out there, somebody, you've got a vision to write a book, to publish something, we are here to help you. All right. Very simple. Go to opulentbooks.net. Book, schedule a free consultation. We'll be happy to help you. And I believe you can be like Sister Angel, get your book out with help. I believe it'll be so easy, so flawless, so stress-free, because you're getting the help that you need. All right, everybody, God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, everybody.